You are watching Goal Zone, presented by Expedia, and you are watching scenes just into us here of the Arsenal squad and the staff. Looks like it's at London Colney, their training ground. A moment they have been building towards, this club, since Mikel Arteta arrived 6.5 years ago. Declan Rice, Martin Odegaard, right in the middle of the melee. A massive congratulations to Arsenal Football Club, and it's been confirmed, of course, with that points drop from Manchester City and Arsenal on X, the Arsenal, your Premier League champions. And there's been plenty of social media reaction. I told you all, it's done, referring to, he was caught on camera, wasn't he, at the end of that game against City when they lost, and he said it's not done. Now it is. Leandro Trossard got the goal. It was so important last week. Gunners, we are Premier League champions. Joel Embiid, who plays for the 76ers, big Gooner. It's been a long time coming. Proud to be a Gooner. What about the LA Rams, owned by the Kroenkes, same ownership group as Arsenal? Sean McVay, of course, big friends with Mikel Arteta. Congratulations, Arsenal, on winning the Premier League. It has been 9-10 months in the waiting in terms of this season alone. Robbie Mustoe, Tim Howard, Rebecca Lowe with you on this Tuesday afternoon. But Tim, it has been 6.5 years waiting for Mikel Arteta since he came in just before Christmas, or just after Christmas, I think it was actually, in 2019. Here they are today. What is your overarching emotion towards him and this team?
Well, I just think that the way that Arsenal Football Club and Mikel Arteta and the Kroenke family have gone about it is special. They've stuck by each other. They've believed in this process. Everyone has a process of sorts. They've stuck by it. They've kept building. Credit to Arsenal and the team and Mikel Arteta. Yeah, they got second. Lee Dixon said, to win the Premier League, you need that to be perfect. To finish second means you're very, very good, and they did it, and they kept building. They didn't regress. They kept going. And I just love the belief that they've had, and they've stuck by each other, and I think it's really special. Those pictures were amazing, by the way, to celebrate with backroom staff, with the chefs, with the cooks, with all of the kit men and kit people. Like, they go through it too. Robbie Mustoe and I have been a part of football clubs. It's not just the players, it's everybody who makes up a season. They go through the highs and lows. This is really special.
And this as well, Robbie, coming after 3 straight second-place finishes. That mentality is quite something.
Yes, and I think by the way, I can't get enough of this. This is so rare to see players like this with so much joy, because you know, when you win a big game, you're happy. There's always something else. There's so much relief here. There's so much joy here. There's so much kind of congratulations deserved. I just think it's so great to see these pictures and what it means to these players that have waited so long. Back to your question. Yeah, you know, I made a note just like a few minutes ago, like from day one, Arsenal looked like a team that it was desperate and excited and focused to win this title. The pressure was on them. The expectations were high. The window that they had. Victor Gyökeres is the striker, the final piece. And they looked like a team in every single week that were ready to do it. And there was a few ups and downs, etc., and it wasn't as smooth as they would have liked. But I didn't get that sense from Man City. They lost those games early on. They didn't look like they were kind of ready for this. They stumbled, but made the wrong word, but they became a really good team later on. And even today in the final game, in some ways, it still didn't look like they were that excited about doing it. Arsenal were much maligned Mikel Arteta for many seasons now. Many people would have had him out of the job. The club stuck with him, steadily invested with him. A tremendous foundation of a goalkeeper and central defenders and Declan Rice. There's your core right there. And then the other bits have taken a little bit longer to come. And I feel like they're going to get better. It's a young team. They're going to get better. Some players are going to do even more. Saka can do even more than did this season. I'm sure there'll be a little bit more money to spend on what I would, if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd love to see another star player, another star striker or winger on the other side, the left side, to make them better. Life after Pep in the Premier League is something that's like, wow, like, because he's always been there, Rebecca, and the one to watch and fear in terms of what team he can produce. It looks like he's not going to be there next season. That's fascinating for Arsenal.
Tim, you played with Mikel Arteta.
Yeah.
What kind of job has he done to, despite, I mean, we have sat here on so many occasions and Arsenal fans haven't been happy. We've not been happy. You guys haven't been happy with some of the performances, some of the way that he talks, some of the choices that he made. What has he had to do in this job to take Arsenal from nearly men, the bottlers, as they were called at times, to champions?
Well, Mikel Arteta, as a person, as a teammate, as a manager, he's believable. What that means is, when he speaks, you listen to him. He did it in the dressing room as a senior player and as a captain with us. And when he got the job, he was young, he was inexperienced. He was Pep's number 2, and he's got one of the biggest jobs in football, certainly in the Premier League, and if not in world football. And he had to sort of believe himself that he was ready for it, even if there was growing pains, and he got himself through it. And the way he's led this, not just his team, the way he's led this football club and brought the fans back together is really impressive.
Robbie, I don't think we should skirt over the fact, and you mentioned it, that credit has to go to the ownership group as well, to the Kroenke family, because, my goodness, if we sat here down the years and there's been manager fired after manager fired, and we've seen Chelsea, for example, this season, who've already fired 2. Yeah. Stan Kroenke, Josh Kroenke, and the Kroenke family that own this club could so easily have so many times given up on him. That deserves its own conversation, actually, in this day and age.
Yeah, in this day and age, and the way that head coaches come and go so easily. Again, I said this before, but champions, and the last few champions of teams that are just not made like that, it does take time, and it takes an owner with patience and also understanding. I mean, you know, I always felt with Arsenal that they're going in the right direction. They're not, like, going downwards and like, is it time to get rid of him? I still felt like, I know it's disappointing not to win it, but it was going in the right direction. And with patience and a couple more players that they brought in the summer, the squad is amazing. The bench was amazing today, that they would get there. But you're right. I mean, so many times that managers are let go too early, and you never know. Jurgen Klopp had time. Pep Guardiola, of course, had time. Mikel Arteta's had time. And we'll see if some of the other clubs now go the same way. Maybe Chelsea, who've just watched beat Tottenham Hotspur, they might be as patient as well. We'll see. OK, Xabi Alonso coming in on a 4-year deal. The last manager to see out a 4-year deal at Chelsea, Dave Webb, all those years ago. I know, but what a stat that is. And that is a case in point that maybe some clubs will look at the likes of Mikel Arteta and the patience that they've had with him.